I'm back. It's late. I know. Um, Stream Queen. What do we think? It's not my birthday or anything, but whatever. Um, cool. So I am having a drink because I was drinking a Monster earlier and I didn't finish it. So I was like, fuck it. I'll put whiskey in there. I'm having a drink. I don't think the tiara is gonna stay on because it's not comfortable. But anyway, let's roll some ads. We'll be back in 3 minutes. And we're back. Welcome back. I had this candle that I haven't been able to light, and I was like, why don't you use the incense to light the candle? And now it's lit. Vanilla cupcake. Smells really good. I love cakey, desserty smells when it comes to candles, lotions. If it smells like something, I want it to smell like I could eat it. That's big. I don't know. Some savory candles are good. I got like a Thai basil candle, some kind of like garden tomato candle. They smell really good. But something about those cakey smells, man. I love them. So I just hopped on because I said I would We're getting to the end of the week. I don't really know when I will be streaming again. Might hop on during the day tomorrow, but we know how that goes for me, which is usually, if you don't know, it doesn't go. I just take way too long to mentally prepare myself, sometimes physically prepare myself to do a daytime stream. So maybe might also go out tomorrow. So I don't know. This might be the last stream for a while. I might try to like stream at least once a week from now on, but I'm not totally sure how that's gonna go or if it's gonna happen. It's just what I want to happen. So we'll see. I think this week's gone pretty well. It's been great seeing my friends. There's been so many people I've been missing, and it honestly just feels as fulfilling as it ever did to be on here. So that's cool. But yeah, I didn't have any plans in regards to tarot tonight. I did some tarot today and socialized and, was running around all day. So I was really tired like an hour ago. I was like, I kind of just want to get in bed. I don't even care. But I thought, no. I said I was going to stream. Let me hold myself accountable. It's pretty much the last night I can stream for a while. So I might as well do it. And I did it. And I rallied up. And I made a fucking drink out of Monster. And I did it. Of course, caffeine doesn't really do anything for me on account of the counteracting of the caffeine. So it's fine. I'll probably still sleep. And it's probably not going to make me any more awake. And the whiskey will definitely take its toll as well. But cheers to a Friday night. I think we used all the decks I have this week. I'm trying to remember. We used the mystery deck 2 days ago. I got home way too late to stream yesterday. We used the Cosmic Deck of Initiation day 1. We used the Samhain deck day 2. We did the Halloween Oracle paired with the pink deck. So maybe we never actually did a Thoth reading. That don't sound right. I feel like that's the go-to. Why wouldn't we have done that? I'll try to check real quick. I don't know how quick the check will be, but God, it would really help if I had the descriptions, right? In the videos or in the titles. I feel like we did use all the decks. So we can do whatever. We don't have to do tarot, we can do tarot. I was gonna say it's up to you, but we just got lurkers in the house. Lurkers in the house. I appreciate you being here, but it does not help with my decision making at all. 'Cause I don't know. I really like the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. So if I already used all the cards, I would just go back to that deck, personally. And if no one has any input, I might just do that. Oh! I forgot! No. I do have one more deck we haven't used. It's one that I've never used on the channel. And I've actually only used one time ever. Let's get that deck going. You ain't gotta worry. I don't know the words, but I got the Giver stuck in my head. How does it go? I need to get a Crown Royal bag for these bad boys. So, I was at work. It was like my first week of work, and they sometimes have like used tarot decks for sale. So there was this deck out. I was like, wow, this is really cool. I kind of want it, but I didn't make any money that day. So I was like, you know what? I shouldn't get it. The next week, I was off for my birthday. So I wasn't even thinking about it. Came back 2, 3 weeks later, and the deck was still there. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to buy it. I like it. It's still here. It's under $10 with my discount. I'm just going to get it. So I bought this used deck. So it's used, and it didn't come with a box, a bag, or a booklet. So obviously, I just keep all my tarot in the Crown Royal bags. So no big deal that it's not in the bag. And I pretty much never read the booklets. So it didn't really matter that it wasn't in a booklet. Or didn't have a booklet, I should say. So I'm learning it, like the only way to really learn doing it that way is by practice. And like I said, I've only done one reading with them. And I feel like a lot of my decks, I'm getting out the Kazakh deck of initiation because I love it so much. We'll probably use these. The only way to kind of get used to them is to use them, but I only used them for one reading so far, and then I left them in my bag, forgot about them, and then I saw them today, and I was like, damn, I want to be able to offer these for my readings, but I wouldn't let someone pay me to basically experiment with these cards because I am still getting used to them, and I think they're tarot. I can't remember. Maybe they are an oracle deck. They're just strange, and they're not extremely straightforward, and there's made up words. There's no one here to bless me. Okay, they are oracle. They are not tarot. It's been a while since I've even looked at them. So they're like fairy cards, which isn't out of my realm, but at the same time kind of is out of my realm. I'm trying to show you a preview of the cards. Whatever. Fairy cards. So, I like to kind of assign a specialty to each one of my decks, which I feel like I have for pretty much all of them, but I haven't quite figured out what these are specialty-wise. I don't know. But I guess it'll just grow with time. I feel like a lot of the decks I have, it is almost like an immediate thing to understand like what they're for. I'm thinking back, and somebody gifted me a deck a couple years ago, and I immediately knew it was like past lives and dream interpretation. Even though when I read those cards, it's not as straightforward of a dream interpretation as you might think. It's not like, oh, you saw this symbolism in your dream. It's more like, I don't know, like I don't have to hear about the dream to be able to analyze it, but maybe I could start doing that. I would need more practice of refining the style, but those are the intentions with the card. And I don't do a ton of past life stuff, but my godmother is a quantum hypnosis, past life regression therapist. So I feel like it's in me to do some past life stuff. Plus, I don't know, I've really connected with the Akash not long, a few years ago. And I feel like I abandoned it in a way. I think I probably got scared, you know. I think that I myself maybe have a history or a future that I don't like looking at. And I get turned off easily by facing it. And I'm still working through that. And that's why we've talked about my breaks in spirituality and how I've been putting it on the back burner, not really dealing with it or getting into it. But that, that deck I don't use as much. So next time I stream, I'm going to try to use those in that way. Maybe I'll like pick someone from the crowd to like actually tell us about a dream or something. Yeah, so this seems like enough, actually. We got quite a few cards, and like I said, I've only done this deck once before. So, like, I don't really need a ton of cards. Oh, God. I just dropped a chunk. They seem really new for being used, so I wonder if somebody, like, bought them and just didn't like them. I wear the fuck out of my cards. I wear the fuck out of them. I mean, the sides will be coming up. They'll separate, like, they get sun damage somehow. I use the fuck out of my cards, and I've never gotten rid of a deck. I feel like it's just part of my collection. I was thinking about surrendering my demons because I don't use them anymore. And like I said, the whole, like, whatever, my own life, I start to get freaked out. But I don't want to, like, go back on everything I've ever believed in either. There is something in my drink. And I don't even have a guess as to what it would be. But the thing is, it's such a valuable drink that I'm just going to drink it. What can you do? I guess I could probably spoon it out. It might be like a piece of the ice. No, we're going to take a quick minute. We'll do a minute ad because that'll give us 20 minutes. We've already talked for 15, so that'll put us back at an hour. I'm going to go fish this out of my drink. Sorry. Okay, looked like a good old-fashioned fuzzy. looked like a fuzzy. So I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to get started with this reading. I feel like there is quite a few cards on the table, which is fine. But like I said, this didn't come with a booklet, and because I don't usually use them anyway, I'm doing my best to just like channel and learn and interpret them myself. So I will be making stuff up along the way. That is ultimately what I'm doing. I think that's half the gig, right? That's kind of what I would do with any deck, but a lot of them are pretty straightforward in their imagery and even in their descriptors, their titles, whatever. Some of them are way more straightforward, whereas these are not. These are not. These are not. So, hello, like, no, I don't really know what it means. We are guessing. We are guessing. So, to start, we have the bottom of the deck. Lice of the Shadows. Lice of the Shadows. I don't know if lice is a thing or if it is a name. There are some names in this deck. Me and my coworker, who I read for, the only time I used this deck was to read for her. We looked up a couple things because we couldn't figure out what they said because the font is also kind of crazy. So we were like, what is it supposed to say? And we just kind of like Googled it. So there are like made up names and made up words in the deck. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that whiskey is hitting. I drank a lot of it. So I think lice might just be a name. But I'm gonna try not to get too into tearing it up and rather just interpret it for the way that I see it. So seeing Lice of the Shadows, I feel like this is a huge breakthrough. I feel like this is about someone who has done their shadow work, who is coming out on the other side and emerging from the darkness. I feel like this person gets a congratulation for how much work they've done and how good that they're doing and how far that they are willing to go and have already gone. We have a collective of pixies. So, I don't know. I always felt like pixies were kind of even more trickster than fairies, but I feel like people really associate the fairies with trickster energy. So maybe the pixies are more chill. In some fantasy, pixies are like evil, and some they're sweet. Like Tinkerbell is a pixie. So it does feel like a celebration. It kind of feels like being around people who uplift you, or even the call to being around people that uplift you if you don't currently have those people, right? It's about finding them, it's about going towards them. We have the Singer of Connection. So this is speaking on that. We're talking about coming together with people who celebrate you. This is the song of celebration. Like, this is about allowing yourself to be praised, right? And it's not about praising yourself, but to be in song. I was like, where am I going with that sentence? Boom. This is, it's a new deck. We'll get into it, you know. We have solace. So this might represent the solstice, which is coming up. I think it's June 21st. Yes, baby. You want to come up here? You want to come say hi? No? Come say hi. Come here. Come here, baby. Mm-hmm. So Solus definitely has sun energy. Maybe god of the sun. Sol, Solus, solar. We get it. So sun energy. It's summertime. Technically, summer hasn't even started yet. It's great. It's great. It's great. Um, you want to come up here? Yeah. Come here. Come here, baby. Um, this is a season of reinvigoration. We're talking about working through shadows. We're talking about coming together in praise. We're talking about the sun shining again. The sun shining again. Um, I don't know what I did. Accidentally clicked something. Huh. Okay. You coming? So yeah, this is gonna be a good season. Gotcha. Who's a baby? Who's a baby? Look at the baby. Say hi. Hi, sweetie. Hi, honey. Yeah, just a baby. Oh, let's not go up there. There's a lot going on. A lot going on up there. Lots going on up there. Okay. So, as we know, when I read upright as is, reverse as opposite, sideways as neither, face down as what needs to come to surface or needs to be addressed. So we have a lot of face down. I have a little pile of face down cards here, and then there's more face down cards after that, and then some face up cards, and then one future card. So if a card falls off the table into my lap or on the ground, it's future. We reserve it for the end. We talk about moving forward. So let's just see what's going on. Garwacha? That's not a word. I don't even know. Like, how would you read that font? Is it Garwacha? I don't know. I really don't know. But based on the image, I'm just letting y'all in on the interpretations at this point. So, seeing this card in the reverse, I feel like what you need to do is embrace the energy that's going around about connecting and healing, and stop hiding yourself. You need to stop being shy, stop being humble, stop being embarrassed. It's time to just be your unabashed self. Flaff the Flaff the fluter. You've spent enough time alone. You've spent enough time alone. You do not need to keep spending time alone. Because there's such an emphasis on connection that I thought maybe we were already connecting with other people. But then as it turns out, the connection still needs to come. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to connect to people and not being shy and not um, hiding any longer. Um, wow, this is cool. So I'm messing around with my computer while I'm streaming. So no more hiding. The Green Woman. Okay, so that was definitely a Jane Garwitcha. The Green Woman in reverse. So she does have a playful attitude, but she's also being devious in that playfulness, being sneaky, trying to hide things from people. It's time that you embark on a more honest journey, being more honest about your intentions, about where you're coming from, about how you think, about how you feel. Like, you've got to get rid of this kind of like, don't tell so and so, don't, you know. The Singer of Transfiguration in reverse. So, as much as we're going through these changes, needing this connection, needing to come together, needing support, needing to change, there's a certain level of it that cannot be forced. So, as much as we're trying to be open to this energy, we cannot force this energy. We cannot demand it of ourselves, and we cannot push it onto other people. This has got to be a natural progression. The fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Okay. Okay. The fairy who was kissed by the pixies. My dentist hates me because I chew ice and I put salt on my lemons and eat them. My teeth ain't what they used to be, that's for sure. The fairy who was kissed by the pixies in reverse. I do feel like Oracle isn't necessarily meant to be read in reverse. I'll be the first to admit it. But I do it anyway. That's how I read. And I was going to say that's how I read tarot, but that's the point. It's not tarot. But I don't care. I don't care. I feel like it's genuine to who I am as a reader rather than the deck itself. So I do read reversals. I feel like a fairy who is kissed by the pixies represents a blessing. Like, here, you get my blessing. You have my honor. You are chosen. You know? So to have that in reverse, I'm thinking is like you focused on what you don't get. You're not feeling that blessing. You're not feeling that pride. You're not feeling accepted by other people. Tobizer of the Waters. Homegirl is focused in her lane, most likely moisturized. Like, she's doing good. She's very integrated into the world around her while also being completely to herself. But we get this card in reverse. So there's this call to recognize your disconnect during this time where you're meant to become more connected. You need to realize, like, damn, I've been out of nature for too long. I've been avoiding people too long. I haven't been talking to anyone for too long. I've been lonely for too long. And I think emphasis on nature, like I've been away for too long. Epona's wild laughter. Why aren't you having fun? These are supposed to be fun times and you are not having fun. That's just it. These are supposed to be fun times where you're singing and dancing and laughing, and yet you're not. You need to ask yourself, why am I not having fun? Why am I not having fun? Why am I not doing what other people are doing and people my age are enjoying? And it's not even about age, but you know, especially if you're a young person, why am I not going out and being a young person? Yeah, you're simply not having the fun that you should be having. Penelope Dreamweaver. Why have you let your dreams die? Why have you no hope? What's going on? You know, like, what changed? What happened? What's holding you back? Because something is clearly holding you back. Something is not sitting right with you. Something is stopping you from enjoying these joyful and eventful times. You are missing a moment that is supposed to be rich and worthy and for you. And you're sitting on the sidelines. This reading is doing one of these. Starting off really strong. Breakthrough. Into trauma. Out of the shadows. Through the darkness. And into what? You did all that for what? You worked through all of that for what? For what? Right? Just to be miserable? I don't think so. I don't think so. So we have more face down cards. Ilb the Retriever. You need to get that shit back. You need to get your soul back. And I don't think that's literal necessarily. Unless maybe you made a bad deal or something. Been there, buddy. Been there. I don't think it's super literal. But you need to get your soul back. And you need to get your spark back. And you need to get your joy back. I think we've maybe talked about this week, but I am also in that phase of trying to get those things back, where in some ways I'm doing better than ever, and in other ways I'm worse off than I've ever been. It is contradictory, it is confusing, it is even painful as much as it is pleasurable, right? So for me to get my joy back, I am doing things that I have always found joy in. I'm trying to get back into digital art. I go strong for a few days and then I haven't done it in like a week. It's gonna happen. I will bring it back. I have been wearing glitter like every day. See that? It's hard to tell I'm sliding. Yeah, you can see it. I got a ton of glitter on. Glitter has always made me happy. That is one of my guiltiest pleasures. Because I know glitter cannot be good for the environment. It's got to be so bad for the environment. But it makes me very happy. I feel good when I put it on. So, if I want to feel better on a regular basis, then I have to do the things that I love, the things I enjoy, like drawing or wearing glitter. Currently trying to quit vaping because I think that is robbing me of my joy. I think having the instant gratification, addiction, dependency, mindlessness, I think that is ruining me. I haven't been doing it that long. I'm off and on. I'm off and on the vaping and the smoking. I smoked weed all day, every day for so long that when I quit, I got into cigarettes. And then I started smoking a little bit at night, at the end of the day. Maybe if I really had nothing to do, if I was with a certain friend, I'd smoke earlier than that. But intermittently, because I wasn't smoking weed all day anymore, I wasn't smoking a lot, I started smoking cigarettes. And when I was smoking cigarettes, I started vaping. Luckily, I'm one of those people who just does one at a time. I know people who smoke and vape. They'll be vaping all fucking day and then go out for a cigarette and then vape in between and go out for another cigarette. Couldn't be me, man. That's too much. One or the other is too much. Where I was a smoker when I was really young, but in the last, like, I don't know, 10 years, I haven't been a smoker. And now I have to navigate that addiction again in my life. Where I already kicked this shit. But I kicked it by smoking weed, which I can't do anymore because it makes me scared. Straight up, it makes me scared. I don't have to quit for any particular reason. I quit for myself. I was like, man, this is not enjoyable. I smoke and I feel weird. I feel anxious. It used to calm me down. It used to make me feel good. It made me feel normal. Now I'm like, this shit is not normal. What the fuck? Granted, weed gets stronger and stronger as time moves forward, right? Who knows what they're growing in the dispensaries? And some people will argue that street weed was way worse. But it's super high THC, super high, super high. You get super high, and I just can't do it anymore. So, smoking cigarettes, vaping. How am I gonna quit? I don't know. My vape is almost dead. I don't plan on buying another one. I do have a nicotine free vape. It doesn't hit as good. So tonight, I left the vape in my car so that I would not, I'd start getting used to not hitting it before I go to bed, not hitting it when I wake up. Fuck it, it's in the car. What are you gonna do about it? Because once it dies, it's dead. That's it. So I do have a CBD cigarette, which they kind of give me a buzz. I'm not gonna lie. These little fuckers, I hit it one time. I'm like, okay then. But I figure I'm drinking. I don't wanna. I don't wanna go out to my car. I don't wanna hit the vape. I'm gonna forget about it. I wanna forget it exists. So not only might we be lacking things that bring us joy, but we might be doing things that takes our joy away. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that it's affecting my mental health to be doing it. No risk, all reward. Comfortable, content, lazy. Because with a cigarette, at least you gotta get up, go outside, find a lighter, hit it, put it out. It's a whole process. Vaping, none of the process, all of the reward. No risk, all reward. Not even gonna get you out of bed, not even gonna get you outside, bro. That is killing us. Killing the planet. All that plastic, all those batteries. Really bad. So my intention is to quit. Of course, this shit is addictive. I'm gonna do my best, fam. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But I say all that to say, analyze your own situation. What are you doing that you could be doing better? What can you add to your day to spark that joy? And what can you take from your day to get that spark back? You have to ask yourself. I gave you a very good example. That might apply to you. That might not apply to you. But I'm sure having heard that, you can think, I'm doing this thing and I think that's really hurting me. Or you know what, I miss doing this thing that was really helping me. Try it. Try it. Try to add it, try to quit it. Implement some small changes for big results. Even if it's just wearing your glitter and leaving your vape in the car. Could all be so simple. Hi. So, you know what I noticed is that since I started using OBS has a separate pop up window for the chat, whereas it was all kind of built in to Twitch. And I think it's not telling me when I get a new follower because it says that I'm up 10 followers this week. And never once did I get a notification for a new follower. But then I had all these random chatters, and I was like, I don't recognize this person's name. So who the fuck is this? But I didn't get the follow notification. But I think it's just because I'm using OBS. It doesn't say so and so is not following you. Like it usually pops up in the chat. It'll say new follower and stuff. So if you are new, welcome. Thanks for being here. Kind of felt like I was talking to myself. No pressure. No pressure. I've been kind of babbling. But I like to give deeper meaning to my readings. And I like to give my personal anecdote for the things that I say. And, you know, Gucci gravy, right? Gucci gravy. Young gravy. Or as I like to say, it's Gucci, it's Prada, it's Prima Madonna. So, you have got to get yourself back. We have these cards. They're pretty much on the side. We have the Piper and Arvel the Parrot. He is not a parrot, I'll tell you that. The Larret? No, that's a P, parrot. Arvel the Parrot. He is not a parrot. However, seeing these cards kind of in this position, where they're not totally on the side, but they're not totally upright, it seems like you're straying away from the situation. And I think the situation is that you were following someone and listening to someone's guidance and doing as they say or trying to keep up with them in some way. And I think you're like after mirroring them, mimicking them, mocking them, following them, being, I don't want to say obsessed, but you know, like the Piper is leading you astray. The Piper leads you. That's the point of the story. The Pied Piper leads those kids to their death. Actually, I'll be honest, I don't really know the story. I just think that's the gist of it. The Pied Piper is not a good guy. Right? He's convincing these kids, oh, my music is so good, follow me. So, seeing the Piper here with the parrot makes me think that you were blindly following someone that you should not have been following. Whether it is someone in your life, whether it is your family ties, or an influencer or celebrity of some sort, it doesn't matter who it is. They were a false idol, basically. I think it can be especially hard with like family, where you naturally want to follow in their footsteps, and we are so much like the people who bore us and are before us that you really don't think twice about being like them or doing as they do, or even doing what you're told, because it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you? Right? Why wouldn't you? But you're being led astray. You're being led astray. And I think you're finally breaking out of it. Regardless of who it is, you're breaking out of it. You're starting to see, like, oh, this person is not who I thought they were. This person does not have my best intention in mind. This person is not honorable. This person is not honest. You're finally seeing through the music and hearing what's really being played. And that is you. So now we have these cards totally on the side. face down, but on the side. We have the feline, the fawn, and the bright mother. She got ass, bro. Same, girl. Same. Um, Seeing these face down on their side, I'm getting this sense of like, once more, you're not quite the leader, but you're not still the follower. You're very much in between. You're deciding how to handle things. You're figuring out what exactly you need to do at this point. You don't want to be the fawn. You don't want to be the meek, weak, kind of tag along, right? The fawn, doing as it's told, following in the footsteps. You don't want to do that anymore. But you're not quite feeling like the lion either. You don't feel like the king of the jungle. Lions don't live in jungles. Do they? The lions live in the desert. Like Africa? I probably sound so ignorant right now. This is going down on the internet record, me being ignorant. I've always heard lion, king of the jungle, but do lions live in the jungle? Or live in the Sahara? Like, am I crazy? Riddle me this, Batman. Where the fuck? King of the jungle? Who came up with that? Do lions live in the jungle? I need to know. Either way, you don't feel like a leader. Just because you're finally getting out of the, like, you're like, I don't want to go down this path. I'm being led down this path. I don't want to go down this path. You also are not like, I'm forging a new path. You are simply looking for other options at this point. And you feel like you don't know where to turn for guidance because you're kind of straying away from what you know. You're at this point where you're like, again, not a leader, just not a follower. Just trying to mind my business at this point. Just trying to go along, do the thing, you know? We have unity in reverse. You don't feel connected to the people around you. It's very odd to see how this reading is progressing, because in the beginning we were all about unity and coming together and being connected. And as we get into the reading, it's all falling apart. Where these powerful connections that we are seeking and needing are not coming from the people we are connected to. That sucks. That sucks. But I feel it. I kind of mentioned this the other night, how I haven't been feeling fulfilled. I haven't been very excited in social settings. I'm very chill. I used to be very pow, pow, pow. You know, sometimes I'd sit in the corner with my little notebooks and work on something while I was literally at a party, because people charge me up. For sure, I'm an extrovert. I'm just an antisocial extrovert, right? Like, I don't always want to socialize, but I always want to be around people, you know? But sometimes I'm around people and I'm like, damn, I don't feel like I can be myself. And that is not fulfilling. So even though I don't have a limit on my social battery, I don't get drained from other people. I get filled up from other people. Not everyone's like that. I'm really grateful. But some people don't fill me up, even if they aren't draining me. They're not filling me. And then I just need more and more and more. That's very sad. It's very sad. No limit, you know? So you might be going through something similar where you're like, maybe with people all the time. Maybe you have a job, you have coworkers, you have family, you have roommates, you have a relationship. Whoever it is that's in your life in this immediate realm, you just are not fully satisfied. Even if you want to be, even if you accept these people and love these people, you are missing a sense of belonging at this point. And because you're trying to kind of figure out what you're supposed to be doing, it makes it even harder to address it, because you're like, damn, I'm already trying to cut this shit off. I don't want to cut this off. I want this in my life. I need this in my life. Where, it's hard. It's hard. But you are not feeling like coming together with people right now. It's sad, because it's what we're supposed to be doing. That was the message to start, was to connect. And now we're getting to the point where it's like, yep, not with these people though. Not with this crowd. Not with the current lineup. That's not the connection you're seeking. That's not the connection that you need. Right? Gloominous Loom. This guy is fucking lonely. I take one look at him and I know this motherfucker is lonely. But he's got himself, his soul. Okay? In case you missed it, we had this card where we got it in the reverse, and I was like, yo, you need to get your soul back. That's what this is about. Look. See? You need to get your soul back. It was like this. You need to find that spark. You need to find that joy. Look at, compare these two orbs, right? Getting it back, for sure. Getting it back. But unable to enjoy it with anyone. Not sharing in that happiness. Not telling anyone about how you're feeling and what you're doing. And that's very sad. It's very lonesome. Some people, genuinely introverted, genuinely like their alone time, genuinely can celebrate their wins on their own. Don't need anyone else. Good for them. That's not you, though. You're getting fucking frustrated out here. You are frustrated because you're like, no matter how good I'm doing, it's not good enough for anyone. And maybe they're not good enough for you. We want to stay humble. The meek shall inherit the earth. But at the same time, the most powerful are destroying it. So what are we inheriting, bro? Sorry, I don't want to go in that direction. We're not talking about that right now. Oh, that gnome. Arrgh. Oh, that gnome. Okay, he's frustrated. You're frustrated. You don't have the people by your side that you need by your side. We have Sylvanus. This is looking sexy and powerful and good, man. So it is going to take some effort to kind of get where you need to be or where you want to be. Sometimes it is about faking it until you make it. I think that is a more common theme in tarot than you might believe. I think it comes up a lot. I think we get the Magus in my Thoth deck, and that's totally what the Magus is like. Fake it till you make it. And we're seeing this Sylvanus, same energy. Same energy. And it is what it is, but sometimes it's the same thing as manifesting, is telling yourself you have it until it gets here. And sometimes it's about pretending to be someone that you're not until you become them. The saying. Fairies of the future. Fairies of the future. What are you building towards? These are really, this is a difficult time. This is a difficult time. What are you building for? What are you building towards? What are you building? Key questions. Because if you're very directionless and you don't know what you want and you don't have any dreams left and you don't know where you want to go or what you want to do, now would be a good time to figure it out. Now would definitely be a good time to figure it out. Like, it's almost like you kind of need to figure it out. And this is make or break. Just like it is fake it till you make it, it's make it or break it. Create the future you want or miss the opportunity that you have. Period. He of the fiery sword. Pick and choose your battles. You may not be connecting with everyone at this time. It doesn't mean you need to cut them off. It just means you need more fulfilling relationships. You do not have to disown your family. You do not have to cut off your friends. You do not need to break up with your partner. Just because they are not fully fulfilling you at this time does not mean they are bad people or that they are bad for you. It just means you are missing something and need to find it. Right? That's all it is. We have the friends. Oh my god, this whole conversation comes back to this card right now. The friends. Right? It is about finding the people that align with you and truly help you and guide you in the ways that you need. As you've been misguided before, you need to find the guides again. Right? I think, yeah, I shouldn't say you need better friends because it's cruel. Because, like I was saying, like, you don't need to just get rid of people just because they aren't hitting that spot for you. You don't need to replace anyone. You just need to add some to the mix. That's it. Jehovah. Bring it all together, man. I feel like this dude is meditative. I feel like I don't think he's guarded, right? Like, I'm not getting a guarded vibe from him at all. It's more like a... You know? Like, he's ready to go. He's not trying to fight. He just stays ready. So, be ready. Stay vigilant. You see someone, you like their outfit, you compliment them. You hear from an old friend, you carry on a conversation. You get invited somewhere, you go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be open and ready for these connections to manifest, for these things to play out. You know? I've been drinking this whole time, by the way. If you're just tuning in, I've been drinking. I think it's going awesome. I may be a little rambly, but we talk every night. So, whatever. Thanks for chatting with me, by the way. I know you're not saying much, and I do appreciate the lurkers. I always appreciate the lurkers so that I'm not entirely talking to myself. But I do appreciate your reactive emotes, your happy face, your laughy face. I'm chilling too. I'm having a great time. Are you new here? Because that's what I was saying when you first got here. I was like, I don't think I'm getting my follow notifications. But I kind of know everybody in the chat usually who's chatting, and I recognize if it's a name I've never heard of. Oh, I forgot. I can just click on it. Nope, see, I can't do that on here. Where if you click it, it'll tell you how long someone's been following you. Oh, you've been following me since 2022. Who are you? I don't remember you at all. I'm so sorry. You've been on here for years. Oh, I never did that. Sorry. I've never done that. People sub me because they like me, not because they get something out of it. I'm kind of kidding, but like, yeah, no, I never did that. I looked at it before you had answered. Yeah, so I don't like OBS. I don't like OBS. It's fine. It's cool. It's really like involved, if you will, but I don't like it. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that. It says right here. It says general tarot readings only. Ask me anything. Yeah, I don't ever give personal readings. Once in a while, just to prove a point, I will do channeled messages from people where we'll get the Halloween Oracle deck out and I'll be open to it and I might say, does anybody have someone they want to talk to? And someone will say yes, and then I do my best to connect with them. That's, and I don't do that very often. I just do it to kind of, I said prove a point, but I kind of mean it. We often will choose collectively, like choose people to talk to, choose celebrities, and choose historical figures that we want to like do a reading for. And in order to establish a basis, I'll choose someone that somebody knows personally. It's worked in the past where they're like, damn, you described him to a T. There was one girl I remember, it was her dad. I got his birthday, I got his mustache, his build, his favorite song. Like there was a lot that she was like very, she never really came back to the stream, so maybe she was just gassing me up to be polite, but um yeah, she we got her dad. That was a long time ago. But that one stands out to me because it was so spot on. So yeah, I don't ever do readings. I don't thanks for coming back despite that. But um I've thought about kind of like taking requests and doing individual readings cuz it is fun and I like getting them. But I find that the collective readings work just as well, to be honest. I do. Um People resonate with them often. I don't have a huge stream, so it's not like there's so many people that it becomes unrelatable. It's like the few people that straggle in get the message that they're supposed to get, and that's just what I do. And I think it's because I started on YouTube and making YouTube videos, and then I did Instagram Live, and then I came to Twitch. So I just feel like when making pre-recorded YouTube videos, I would do zodiac videos, which are collective messages. You know what I'm saying? And um anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter. This is just a long way of saying I don't do personal readings on here. But you can always book one if you want to. So anyway, um laced moon's laughter. So at the beginning of the reading, we were talking about going through dark times and getting out of dark times, and pulling yourself out and being on the other side. And I think it's going well. I think you're getting to a point where you're almost comfortable in the darkness and you are sort of willing to go deeper and doing things that maybe once scared you that you can now do and look at and be like, okay, I am fine. I can do this. I'm content. I'm good. I am strong. I'm capable. And that's kind of where we're getting to is you can laugh in the face of danger. Speaking of lions, I'm pretty sure Simba said that. We have the Singer of Courage. Speaking of facing things, going through the motions, doing the things. Didn't I literally just say you were doing the things that you were once scared to do? Yeah, yeah. It's all coming together. I think this reading, it was I don't want to say back and forth or up and down, but it was like it started here and now it's coming back around to there. Um, Courage. Again, putting yourself out there, meeting the people, somehow meeting the people you need to know, despite who's already there, branching out, doing things different, having the courage. Future card, Indie. Look at this, the balance of orbs. Balance of orbs. Remember how earlier we were looking at the guy with the big orb and the guy with the little orb? Now we got both. Now we got both. It's a balance of your true self and your presented self, basically. It's cool. I think it's a really good thing. I think that was a pretty good reading. I think it was pretty deep. I really don't know what these cards are going to be about in general. We got Mikola Muckle, Giu the Slew, the Lady of the Harvest, all on its side. You're not quite there yet. You're not straying away from it. You're not going against it. You're just not quite there yet. So all the things we talked about have not manifested, have not happened. You're working on it. You're getting there. Right? Like that's the moral of this story. So, cool. Yeah. Make the Micromancer in Unity. Yep, you have to. You might need to ask for help to make new connections. It's like I was saying, like, if someone invites you out, you need to go. If somebody wants to set you up with someone, you need to do it. Even if you have to join a group or sign up for an event, do those things, because the only way you're going to find your people and meet new people is to put yourself out there. So, do it up. I think that was a pretty good reading. Took like an hour to get through that, which I'm okay with. And I did babble a lot in between. I was so tired before I started the reading, but I don't feel quite as tired as I did. Maybe it's alcohol. I kind of do want to use the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. So we have 5 minutes until I have to roll the ads, because if you don't roll them, they will auto roll, and I don't like the auto roll because that just means the stream will get interrupted. So I'm gonna roll them so we get an hour of uninterrupted streaming. I don't think I'll stream for an hour, but I think it will be worth looking at the initiation deck. Mostly because I like it, but also because I know it a lot better than the fairy deck, and that was only the second time I ever used those cards. And I think it went pretty well. I do. We'll keep practicing with those. Maybe I'll use them next time I stream. I'm going to try to use them for personal readings. Just complimentary ones. I would not charge someone for a new deck like that. Like, I got to get my practice in, you know? So, if you want one, let me know. But anyway, we're going to take our 3-minute break and we'll be back. Oh, we'll be back after. And we're back. So thanks for being here. Been streaming for over an hour already. I know I said I really wanted to use this deck, but I'm starting to think I don't want to. It's just a really quiet night. It's late. And I don't know if I feel like it. I'm enjoying the stream. I enjoyed the reading. I'm having fun, even if I just have lurkers and people who are not happy with me. But I'm just getting a little tired. I might just want to call it, and I feel bad because I just rolled ads for like no reason. We'll just do a quick one. We'll just look at a couple of them. I want to. That's the thing. It's like nobody's requesting it. It's like I love these cards. I missed having them so much. Oh, that's too many. Not doing all that. Someone told me there's a girl out there with loving her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that you're all the same. La, 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 la. I know it's a Led Zeppelin song. I don't really fuck with Led Zeppelin. But Never the Bride did a beautiful cover of that song. And that's the one I've always known and always loved. So, fuck it. Okay. I have like 5 cards. And I think that's going to be it. I think that's fine. I think... Oh, okay. We'll honor it. Fuck it. Future cards. The fun thing about this deck is that there is no reversals. There's circles. There's no upside down. So that's cool. This is also technically an Oracle deck because it's not tarot. But yeah, let's just make it quick. Let's just do it. Do it to it. Bottom of the deck, we have universal forgiveness. So what I like to remind people when it comes to universal forgiveness is that if you feel like you deserve to be forgiven, then you must be able to forgive other people. If you feel like you can forgive other people, you need to be able to forgive yourself. Forgiveness works both ways. It does. So use that ability to forgive to work on forgiving the opposite, whether it's yourself or other people. Right? I am easier to forgive others than I am to forgive myself. I'm very hard on myself. That is something I consistently hear from the people in my life, people who know me best, people who are there and listen to the way that I speak. They're like, dude, you are way too hard on yourself. I'm like, damn, really? I feel like I could be harder. It's crazy. I would even say maybe that's a Taurus thing. I could totally see that being a Taurus thing. Face down, we have Guardian Angel. You are not honoring your angels. You're not even recognizing the efforts and the work they put into your life. You are ignoring them. You're not connecting to your past loved ones. You're not praying. You're not asking for guidance. You are ignoring, hey, oh, you've been around for a long time. I remember you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't streamed in a minute, but I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going? I'm just doing a quick reading with my mandala cards. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. So, you need to connect with your guardian angels regardless of who or what they are, right? Like, that's just going to be crucial right now. We have initiation. It's time to move into the next phase of your life. It's time to become what you're meant to be. It's time to accept who you are. It's time to move forward, move up, move in, do whatever you gotta do. It's time for that initiation. It's time for the realization, the revelation, the growth, the evolution. It's time. Face down, we have law of continuity. What you allow to continue will continue. No, I don't think I did. I'm still illy-milly, right? I've always been illy-milly. Am I not anymore? Or are you confusing me with someone else? Even though you can see my face. Yeah, I think I just capitalized it. Like literally put caps lock on. That's the only difference. I've always been illy-milly on here. Oh, that's okay. I hope you have fun traveling. I was gonna say where to, but some people are weird about their location, so you don't have to tell us. What you allow to continue will continue. So you need to recognize that if you're not happy in a situation, it's because you are putting yourself in that situation. So if you do not want that situation to continue, you have to stop doing it. We have universal truth. Universal truth. There are some things that just are, whether you want to admit them or not. There are things that are true, whether you want to believe them or not. There are things that are going to happen, whether you want them to happen or not. The more you accept these truths, the better off you'll be. The more prepared you'll be, right? Because if you are ignoring a truth, it's very easy to get blindsided and be like, well, what the fuck did you do? Why would you do that? And it's like, well, I told you I was going to do that. You didn't listen. Universal truth. We also have universal wisdom. Beyond truth is wisdom. Truth is knowing the facts. Wisdom is interpreting them. The more truth you know, the better your actions can be. The more your truth becomes your power, your wisdom. Okay, so now we got future cards. Oh boy. Taurus. I'm a Taurus. Something happened in Taurus season, which would have been end of April, most of May. Something happened in Taurus season that is going to affect you in the future. There is something that went on during that time that you didn't think was a big deal, but actually was a big deal, and will affect you as time moves on. Healer within. You need to recognize your own power. As you move forward, you're going to continue to ignore that aspect of yourself. But you need to recognize it. You need to honor it. You need to get into it. Unity. What a theme of the night. What a theme of the night. Get it together. Come together. Right? Like, as we move forward into the future, this is still a relevant issue where you do need to find your community, you need to find your people, you need to find where you're supposed to be at. This is not going to happen overnight. It's going to come slowly. There may have even been someone you met in Taurus season that is an integral part of your existence, your journey, your being. And you need to like dive into it. Evolution. You will not grow unless you cultivate growth. You will not evolve unless you allow yourself to expand and to evolve. Right? We have Virgo, so there might be something coming. This future might extend to Virgo season, which is in a few months. Virgo season is the end of August, most of September. So there might be something going on in Virgo season that lasts till Libra season, which is consequential with Virgo then Libra. So we're talking about like a 1 to 2 month span of time where something happens that really reinvigorates you. And I think that's the second time I've said that tonight. But law of life is the most basic law of life is that you have to live it. You have to live it. So you can let life pass you by if you want to, but in order to fully enjoy and fully realize life as your own, as it were, is to live it. We've been talking about putting yourself out there, connecting with people, accepting reality for what it is and not for what you want it to be. Plenty of things to do, plenty to keep yourself busy. Absolutely. So, law of life is best to live it, Sower of seeds. It's going to be after that time, after whatever happens between Virgo and Libra season, that's when you're going to know. That's going to be your knowing. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know where to go. You're going to know how to function. You're going to know this is what I'm doing. You're going to figure it out. You're going to plant your seeds and reap what you sow. Sower of seeds. Universal love. You're going to find it. Universal love is not just platonic love or romantic love. Universal love is transcendent, beyond any faction of love that you can think of. This is love that comes from within and without. This is love from the greater world around you, from God itself, from every individual, for every individual. Universal love is the love that exists regardless of people, interactions, and relationships. This is the love at the core of every being. This is the love you are born with, not the love that you cultivate. So you will get back to this love where we were talking about sparking joy and doing things to help you get back to yourself and whatnot. Love is one of them. Getting that love back. Love for life, love for self, love for planet, love for others. That's what's going to come of this journey, especially whatever is transpiring Virgo Libra season. After that, you're going to be, boom, in it once more. Law of limitation. That was face down. So, just because you have this love, just because you find it in you to express this love, feel this love, have this love, does not mean that everything and everyone you come across is going to give it back to you. Fuck. I was trying to be done. These are, I barely shuffled. These are going to be all the same cards. Not everything is going to be love all the time. You have to be able to love despite it. You may not feel like you love a situation. You have to find love in it. You might love a situation that doesn't love you back. You might find there are situations that are hard to love, people that are hard to love. You need to love them anyway. There are going to be people who don't love you back. There's going to be situations that are difficult for you. There are going to be haters. You need to find love, be love, and know love anyway. Guardian Angel, again. This time we got Leo. Leo season. That's coming up quick. We got Gemini right now, Cancer next, then Leo, then Virgo, then Libra. So we are seeing a timeline, 3-month span, late summer, where you are boom, 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 learning lessons, becoming yourself, being who you're being, right? Doing the damn thing. Okay. Law of limitation, again. The limits you have are the limits you impose on yourself. This is a limitless universe, right? And I say that because I'm supposed to. I say that because I'm a tarot reader. I say that because that's what the cards imply. However, I do feel like there are man-made limits and limits imposed upon people unjustly and unfairly. I do not fully believe in manifestation. I don't. I think some people are lucky. I think some people are privileged. And I think that's what it comes down to. And I think that anybody can do it, but not everybody will do it. I think some people don't have to do it and still get whatever the fuck they want because they're just spoiled. And that's the way it is. And some people work really hard and never get it. I was one of those people. I worked really hard, dedicated myself, put my life into it, didn't get it. What are you gonna do? You know? I guess at that point you just stay dedicated and you keep going. I took a break. I was like, I don't know. And what I see in people who manifest is that they are often very privileged. They are often better off than most people. And they do get what they want because they already have what they need. And I think that's really crucial. Right? You think, I don't know, it's like if manifestation was real, why would there be war? Period. Why would there be war? Why would people be starving if manifestation was real and it was all willpower and it was all mindset? Like, to some extent, it is kind of bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's bullshit because I just think it would mean that everybody was better off in the world, right? And you might think, well, they're manifesting their survival. Okay, maybe they're trying to manifest a war being over. Bitch, the fuck? The fuck? And then you have to admit that some people are more powerful than others, and some people's manifestations matter more than others because some people want to manifest war. Some people want to manifest the killing of entire people. Their manifestations are stronger because they're privileged. So it's kind of like no matter how you slice it, that is a factor. And you cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot. You can't choose to just be ignorant to the way the world is. Right? And I don't know what ultimately, if it is money, if it is looks, if it is power, status, whatever it is, everybody's different and not everybody gets what they want. Because, like I said, some people want the war to end and we haven't manifested it yet. So, do I believe in manifestation? Not really. Not really. I don't. I manifested for a long time and I never got anything that I tried for. And that's, that might sound greedy. It might sound like I gave up. I didn't do the right thing. I didn't deserve it. I didn't, I wasn't set out for what I'm meant to do. You can say whatever you want about it. The point still remains that people are starving when they're trying to manifest some fucking food. And that's all they think about. And you say the rules of manifestation is that you just have to think about it and breathe it and live it and believe it. Okay? But the people are still not eating. So, I do think it's bullshit. I think a lot of it is privilege. Period. Privilege. Period. Maybe talent. Anyway, the conversation kind of frustrates me. And the reason I was saying all that is because we got the law of limitation. And the first thing I said was it's a limitless universe. Okay, well, how limitless can it be when there are limitations for certain people? That's kind of what I was getting at. Like, okay, what can you do? What can we do? Limitless universe with limitations. So know your limits. Know your bounds. Know your boundaries. Know your borders. Know where you're at. Know what's up. Right? Because it's not all going to be perfect. It's not all going to be what you want all the time. Can't be. But we come back to that universal love, which we talked enough about. Face down, we have universal freedom in Scorpio. So, by Scorpio season, you should have an idea of what you want to do. And you should feel like thank you. By Scorpio season, you should feel free from a situation that's holding you back. Whether that's the situation that you're resolving in those summer months, or if it's something that happens during those months, it's going to resolve itself by Scorpio season. So those are all right in a row. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, right? Yeah. So we got threshold. You're so close. You're on the brink of something for real. You are on the brink of something real. It's beautiful. So I like to shuffle the cards before I put them away, and that's how sometimes we end up getting more cards. You know what I mean? But my intention is to be done. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was a fun, quiet night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for following. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for replay. Thanks for YouTube watching. I don't know when I'll be back. I might try to hop on during the day tomorrow. I might go out. I might hit an event or two. See a few people. If I don't, I'll try to stream sometime before 6. So catch me then. If not, I don't know when I'll be back. But this was so much fun this week, and I loved it, and I really missed you guys. I miss streaming. This is so fulfilling and so fun to me, and I hope that I will do it again soon. So, mwah, love you. Happy Pride. Free Palestine. Peace to LA. Fuck ICE. What, are they gonna flag the word ICE? I could be talking about ice in my drink. The fuck? Fuck ICE. Okay? So anyway, love you. Good night. Good luck. Sweet dreams. Hey, what up? Okay, well, bye. But nice to see you. And have a good night. Or a good day. I don't know what time zone you're in. So, bye for now.